Tim, Henry, I've got to congratulate you both. Just a fantastic lineup of cattle this year. Fantastic to see.
Good, thanks a lot, Ben. Yeah, we're really pleased with them, and we're really pleased with the depth and the volume and the thickness of the bulls, and we reckon there's some real cracking bulls out there, mate.
Yeah, probably the thing that I'm most proud of, I guess, is the fact that they're so even right through the catalogue. There's cracking bulls right through, and you look at the pures, the 3/4, and half-breds, they look really good.
Yeah, mate, if you remember earlier today when we were sort of doing the, sort of photographing some of the percentage cattle, and I pointed out one of the reality sons, and the amount of muscle that was on him, you know, when you compare those to some of the muscle on half-breds are equal to some of the muscle on, you know, on the purebreds. So, as Henry said, we think we've got a really even line, and I defy anyone to come in and work out which are the purebreds, which are the half-breds, and which are the 3/4.
You know, we went out and we were with the spent a bit of time with the first calving heifers. Their ability to raise calves as first calving heifers, you don't see that in many breeds, I would say.
Oh, it's a great group. They're a really strong group. The calves are really even. Bulls are well developed, and the heifers are. We're in love with our heifer calves this year. The group of heifer calves, they just look outstanding, stylish, and plenty of cover on them. Yeah, they look great.
In particular, fellas, you've got some females for sale this year. I've inspected them. Again, I mean, you've got some serious quality females on offer.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we've had a little bit of, there's a bit more demand for black simmental females around, and we'd like to meet, you know, clients' needs, and we've gone through our herd very carefully to find some females that will represent the Lancaster breeding program very well, and go out into herds and really stamp their mark. So we've got some really good ones there on offer.
You've got, you go all the way from weaned heifers all the way up to mature cows. There must be a bit of proven ability in a lot of those lines.
Yeah, there certainly is, mate, and part of the reason we've done that is to try and cater for a number of different markets as far as people wanting to get into the black Simmentals at different levels, and it's a little bit of a hard market to determine at the moment, but we think by offering a range of age groups and a range of females, that people have got that opportunity to sort of get in in a sort of an area that they want to. So we're pretty excited. We're selling some 3-in-1s this year, so there's going to be some calves on some cows, and all the cows have calved every year, so I mean, they are proven cows, and we're pretty excited to offer them.
Tim, I mean, it's a great time to be in the cattle industry, but your clients in particular must be having, you know, great success.
Yeah, and we're getting some really good feedback, Ben. There's a local client that sold a big wing of older steers, 16 to 18 months old, grass-fed, and the heavier ones of those went to teas, and a carcass weight of 340 kilos returned over $2,100, and then the lighter of those went to woolies. Their carcass weight was an average of 302 kilos, and they returned over $1,900, which I think is a fantastic result. The other part about that was that they were all on an MSA system or grading, and they graded very well. It was almost 100% grading. So, you know, I think that proves that that the black Simmental cattle are they're meeting market specs, and they're doing very well. We also had another client that has a weaner sale every year down at Willalooka, and his Sim Angus cattle sold very well, over $4 a kilo live weight. They also sold that at the same rate per weight as the Angus type cattle, so there was no discount on that. So that's another very pleasing thing that's happening. One of the other clients from up the northern area sent calves. His calf dropped down to the Mount Pleasant market, and he topped the market with his black Simmental calves. So, you know, he was also very pleased and quite proud to tell us of how he was doing.
Black Simmentals are really proving their worth as a complement to Angus, aren't they?
Yeah, certainly, and that's, I guess that's what we're trying to market and make people realise that the Angus is the other part of the equation, and that the black Simmental can definitely add some extra punch and weight, and but still maintain a very good carcass.
And just tell us a bit about the bulls this year, the sire lines that are on offer. And
yeah, look, there's a bit of a range of sire lines. We've got in our 50s, we've got some Rennie Lee Edmund E11 calves that we reckon are great, and some Maturi Reality calves. We've also got calves, bulls by our sire G-Force that has really just jumped through all the hoops, and he's really established now as a real top 1% API bull in the States, which is really exciting for us. And you've seen a few of the G-Force cattle now, Ben, in the last couple of days, and I know you rate them.
Well, I mean, as I was saying to you before, I mean, nearly 80% of the cattle I picked out over 2 days, and we've looked at almost every animal in the whole herd, was G-Force.
Yeah, no, they're great on figures, great on style, great on production. They're doing everything for us at the moment. Then we've got some cowboy cuts. We've got some tankers that are still doing the job for us. A lot of muscle, a lot of softness right through the grades of bulls, as I was saying. And then we've got a good group by different homebred sires, which are really standing up well with the AI sires, and got a lot of depth and thickness in them.
It's a hard environment, but it's also, in saying that, we have talked to a lot of our clients and visited a number, and it's the same thing there. That they are seeing their cattle perform as they expected them to, and are very pleased with what's happening.
But you know, this isn't by fluke. You guys use a lot of science in your breeding. You're using the American Simmental EPD system to make your animals not only phenotypically good but genetically good inside, and then from the provability, and that's got to be helping your operation.
Yeah, we're really driven to produce a very or improve the efficiency of our cow-calf operation all the time. We really use the figures and make sure that our cattle stack up there, and they have to perform at every step along the way to be part of our team.
And part of those figures, Ben, is that Henna's talking about, and the science that we use. And let me say there that we believe in science and believe in the figures, but phenotype and structure are just as important, and we make sure that that's right as well. But the API, which is the all-purpose index in the American Simmental database, we're true believers of that, and that's our Bible. And the reason that it is because it works on economically relevant traits, and the indicator EPDs, which actually tell you which of the traits you should be looking at and concentrating on to make more money, and that's what it's all about.
Well, fellas, wish you very best of luck for the sale. I hope it's a rip that you thoroughly deserve it.
Thanks, Ben.
Ben.
Cheers.